genuinely rejoices. So I know that I have spoken before with Councillor Kangede. She was supposed to be here to say it herself, but she's one of those willing to run with it. We have our Reverend Irad here, who is also very much interested in that field of work, that they can work together to mentor those that want to go into that field. And not just in this country, also in our country back home, taking back what we have learned here, the good practices, the good things that you're learning here, taking them back home. And I'm sure you know that we have quite a few people vying for different things this coming August, during our general election. And in fact, even here today, we have one of us, Juliet right over there, who is vying as a presidential candidate this year. I'm sure you didn't know that. Now you do. That is Juliet. She's vying. Yes. I love when I hear these things. For me, it is not so much how quickly you get there, but the minute you take a step in any direction, you are already sending a message. Because the narrative in our country has to change. And it won't change until we take action. If we are waiting for people who look a different way to support, we got it wrong. We've got our people here, we've got our sons and our daughters that are rising. And as we back them up, nothing will change. We'll sing the same story, complain today, complain tomorrow, and the story will not change. There is something about a fresh thinking, fresh brain, fresh mind, new ideas, new ways of doing things. So when you hear people like Juliet and others who are taking a step, it's daring. Have you dared? It's quite nerve-wracking. I mean, I haven't even attempted, even councillor, and I don't even intend to. But when I see people going for, I like such guts. They're like Bishop John. Bishop John is one of those that I have known for years. And I've told you before, he has nerves. I mean, something comes into his mind and he feels convinced, he will go for it. And that's how I've known him. And I think that is something we need to borrow as a vessel, and be daring and say, if our country will change, it will take you and I. So let's knock on the door. I mean, it may not open first time, second time, but trust you me, one day it has to open. And then so the political pillar, the government relation and advocacy is an area we want to develop. And many other things that God will help us. Now, we also intend to launch new specific programs under the social pillar. And I'll call my friend, Dr. Evelyn Koranda, for just 5 minutes to tell you about a project, a program that we need to raise. Please be coming as I speak. One of the gaps we have identified in our community, especially in the African or the Bantu community, is that parents hardly get very well involved or very insightfully involved with the education system. So you don't know what to do, you don't know how your child is doing, you don't know what you need to do or how to engage with the system. So we have a plan, by God's grace, and Dr. Evelyn will tell you about it. The other thing she has done is that she keeps pushing me. So through her, I've had opportunities as well to lecture. And I proved to be a lecturer at one of the universities for second-year students. And I thought, this is a ground I haven't been. But she's one of those who comes into this meeting, she says, you're pushing us. I want to push you as well, because I think you can do it. So, welcome. Appreciate her for me.
I'm Jambo.
Auntie Jambo.
Okay, I'll just quickly say my background. I saw KCR advert on Mr. Seed, Jane's vision. It's inspired me. And I want first to appreciate KCR, Jane, Pastor Francis, and the KCR team, because they listened to God, He gave them the vision, they communicated it and executed it. So let's clap for them. So I joined her later in the years as a participant with my husband. We enjoyed the mandazis. It's not a secret. And we've learned a lot, apart from eating mandazi, we learned a lot. And maybe it hasn't been mentioned, especially on health. We learned about breast cancer, cervical cancer, and chemo. Garissa terrorist attack, and we've joined the online prayer meetings. That have been great. Thank you, Jane and KCR. But apart from being a participant, I was inspired, and Jane gave me a platform to be a speaker, and I've done that with young people.